Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. You're welcome to today's live stream. You're welcome has been trading this week. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. Drop comments if you can hear me loud and clear. Drop comments if you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen. Okay. This is a nice one on DXY. Okay, so but let's look at the calendar. I think we have just one major news from Australia today. Just one major news from Australia, and that news has been released. The news was released on 2:30. That's consumer price index, and it was positive for Australian dollar. So we should expect Australian dollar to be bullish today. We should expect Australian dollar to be bullish today. There are no major news for dollar, no major news for GBP, and no major news for euro. Okay, so let's go straight to the chart. So we'll start by looking at DXY. DXY, we'll start with the daily time frame. Okay. So yesterday candle, you can see it closed bearish. Yesterday candle closed bearish. Can you see that? Yesterday candle closed bearish. This morning, what have they done? They've swept the liquidity residing at the high of yesterday. And also after the formation of this bearish candle, this was Monday, right? This was Monday. I believe a fair value gap was created, and that is the reason for this retracement. Let's see for our okay, so you can see this fair value gap that was created here. That is the reason for the retracement. Okay, so it's likely going to fill this fair value gap. You can see this. Okay, so they've swept liquidity that was residing at the high of yesterday, and I think they want to fill this fair value gap before going bearish. That is what I see playing out on DXY. If there's any pair you want me to analyze, if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. So let's see what's happening in 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour is still also bullish. So we still have some fair value gaps here that so I might fail. We still have this here, but okay. It might not come to fill this fair value gap. Okay, it might not come to fill this fair value gap. As you can see, we have a breaker here. Can you see this? We have a bearish breaker here. Can you see that? We have a bearish breaker at this point. You can see it. So it's likely going to start selling from this point. Dollar is likely going to start selling from this point. You can see we have this. You could call it your resistance tone, no, support tone resistance. You can see. So if a bearish candle, if the current 1 hour candle closes bearish, you could look for sales on DXY. If the current 1 hour candle closes bearish, you could look for sales on DXY. Okay, let's go to 15 minutes. Okay, so on 15 minutes, you can see we already have a bearish pattern here on 15 minutes. We had a spinning top. The next candlestick closed bearish. This is a bearish reversal pattern. Let's see 5 minutes and 1 minute. Let's see if we can find shifting market structure. Okay, so you can see shifting market structure, I think has occurred here. You can see this. Can you see this? This low, I think the market is trading below this low at the moment. So shifting market structure would occur on 5 minutes. If this candlestick, if the current candlestick closes below this low, shifting market structure would have occurred. And I think there's a tiny fair value gap above it. I just pull back to that fair value gap before going bearish. Okay. I'll be looking for sell, so it has created a this zone for you to sell dollar, or what is below the next is zone. Let's retrace this back. So, okay. This breaker, okay. That's bearish. Dollar might come for this lows, this liquidity, and still have this fair value gap here that it might come to fail. So that's my take on the dollar today. Okay, that's my take on the dollar today. So look for your bearish pattern for you to sell. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Raphael. It's been a long time, Mr. Raphael. Hope you're fine. Juro boy, good morning. If there's anything you want me to analyze, let me know. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Okay. So let's look at yen basket. Yen, I think it has been in a range. Yen has been in a range. It has not given a direction. Let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so yen is selling at the moment. Yeah, yen is selling at the moment. Yen is selling at the moment. Yen is selling at the moment. I'm bearish on yen today. Yet. To see trace back to this, see it pull back, to fill this fair value gap it's created here for going bearish. That's my take on the yen. I am bearish on the yen. I'd love to see it pull back. I left for yen to pull back to that fair gap. Let's see. Bearish has been bearish. The trend line is a bearish trend line. You can see something from bearish at the moment. Okay, so it has been bearish. I shared my with you guys. So liquidity, which might be swept today. So I think after the formation of the Monday candle, Monday, I think we have a fair value gap here. That could be the reason. You can see at this point, we had a fair value gap here. Price came back to fill that fair value gap and a strong rejection from that fair value gap. And from this, I think the fair value gap was created on a lower time, 4-hour and 1-hour time frame. So you can see the fair value gap is created here. So the retracement will be this fair value gap will be the reason for this retracement reacts to this zone. You can see now that fair gap has been filled. You can see that gap. You can see. So wait for the candle of our zone. 1-hour 4-hour candle should close above the zone. That's my expectation. Okay, that's my expectation. If 1-hour or 4-hour candle closes above the zone, I'll be considering buying the USD. I would go bullish on the USD. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't done that so that others can get to see this video. Give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, just subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. So I'm looking for buy on Euro USD, and that is if the candle closes above this level. This is where I'm looking for my buy on Euro on GBP USD. Let's see Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD also, we have this fair value gap it's created here after the close of Monday candle. So Euro USD might come to fill this fair value gap. Okay, you can see this fair value gap is created again. Might come to fill that fair value gap before going bullish. Okay, so let's go to 1 hour. Let's see what's happening on 1 hour. Okay, so on 1 hour also we have this fair value gap here on 1 hour. So most likely it's going to come fill this gap before going bullish. Okay, that's what I see now on. You can see here we had a breaker here. So this could hold price. We have this breaker block here. Okay, so this is where I will be looking for my buys. This is where I will be looking for my buys. Okay, so if the current 1 hour candle closes bullish or 4 hour candle closes bullish, I will look for buy on GBP, on Euro USD. So we have this fair value gap here. There's this fair value gap here. It has not filled. I would love to see it come and fill this fair value gap. This fair value gap. There's been several attempts to fill this gap. This was an attempt to fill this gap. This was an attempt to fill this gap. It didn't fill this gap, and all these eyes will be used as liquidity. All these eyes will be used as liquidity. So if you are buying, these eyes should be your target. You should see your buy setup, your buy pattern. These eyes should be your target. You're going to come to this liquidity and also use the opportunity to fill this fair value gap. That is what I see playing out on Euro USD. Euro USD, also bullish on Euro USD. That is clear, Euro boy. Okay, so let's look at EA, Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie, I would suggest that you trade Euro Aussie right now. Euro Aussie has already been selling. You can see, you can't sell now. Euro Aussie has been selling. It's been selling. I gave this call on Monday or Tuesday. I gave this call on Monday or Tuesday. I gave this call to sell. So it has filled a fair value gap. Now let's start with the daily time frame. If I want to take any risk on Euro Aussie, it will be buy. I can't sell at this point, though Euro Aussie might come to fill this gap on a daily time frame. Okay, this could be the next target for Euro Aussie, but selling from the current market price is not a good trade. Okay, so it has created a fair value gap. I would love to see it at least pull back to this support store resistance or this fair value gap it has created. This is where I will be considering selling it, not from this from the current market price, not from the current market price. On 1 hour, I think it's just filled a fair value gap on 1 hour time frame, and price could pull back from that. Let's say, okay, so we have this fair value gap on 1 hour time frame. It's just filled a fair value gap, so it might retrace from this zone. Okay, it might retrace, do a little retracement, but if it breaks out from this zone, then it's likely coming for this zone. It's likely coming for this zone, but I would not take this trade. I will not take this trade. I'd rather wait for it to either come here for me to buy or it goes back here for me to sell. I will not take this trade from this point. So that's my advice. Don't take buy, don't take sell. If you want to take any risk, you want to buy. And if you are buying, if you want to buy it, wait for price to close above this support store resistance. Okay, this is where you should consider buying if you want to risk buying it. Wait for 1 hour to close above this zone. Okay, then you buy and you set your targets between these levels. Okay, your risk reward. Just calculate your risk, multiply it by 2. That should be your reward. Okay, so that's my take on Euro Aussie. Let's see GBP JPY. Then we'll look at gold, and that will be all. Unless you have any other pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay. So GJ, since what's it called? Since yen is bearish at the moment, GJ is bullish. Though GJ has been in the range since yesterday or some days now, 2-3 days. GJ has not. This is not a trending market on GJ, not a trending market. So this is the level identified on Monday. Pull back to fill this value gap, going bearish. Let me start with the daily time frame. So yesterday candle was an candle, so GJ is likely going to come and fill this gap. It's likely going to come and fill this gap. and it could also come to sweep the liquidity residing at this high. Okay, so if I want to buy GJ, okay, so GJ on 4-hour time frame. So this is a bullish setup. This is a bullish setup on GJ. Why did I say it's a bullish setup? At this point, I believe a fair value gap was created. Let's go to 1 hour. I think a fair value gap was created at that point. Let's see after the formation of this candle, 1 hour. So you can see it created a fair value gap at this point. Price came back and filled that fair value gap. You can see price came, filled that fair value gap, and there was a strong rejection from that area. So this is a buy setup. This is a buy setup. If you are buying from the current market price, your stop loss should be at this level. Your stop loss should be at this level. That's about 60 pips risk, 60 pip risk. And if your TP, your first TP is here, 60 pips, 200.26. That's just like 30 pips profit from the current market price. The risk reward is very, very low, very low. So let's say 15 minutes. Okay, so you can wait. If you want to buy GJ, you can wait for price to pull back so that your risk on this trade won't be much. Okay, you could wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you buy. That's my take on GJ. If you want to buy GJ today, wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap before you take a buy. If you are buying from this, so let's say you take a buy from 199.67, your stop loss 199.37. That's about 30 pips, and your TP 199 points. You can use 60 pips as your TP, 60 or 70 pips as your TP. So that's my take on GJ. If you've not executed a trade on GJ, wait for price to pull back to this zone before you buy. Congrats, Mr. Raphael. By now you should be in good profits. If you took this buy, depending on the price you executed the trade, this would have been a good entry for this trade. Buy. This would have been the good entry. So if you catch this move at this early stage, by now you should be in good profits. If you have not executed any trade on GJ, patiently wait for price to pull back to this zone before you buy. That's my take on GJ. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? Let's see gold. Gold. Let's start with the daily. So gold has been bullish for several weeks. Gold has been bullish for several weeks, and we have the high yesterday as area of liquidity for today's markets. Yesterday high is an area of liquidity. There are a lot of stop losses residing at this high. This is a shooting star, a bullish shooting star. Most retail traders have entered sell, and their stop losses residing at this previous high. There's a high probability they will go for these highs before going bearish. So let's see what's happening on 4-hour time frame. So on 4-hour, you can see we have bearish reversal pattern on 4-hour time frame. Many retail traders have executed sell. We had an angry here on 4-hour time frame. Most would have executed sell. And you can see we had a fair value gap that was created here also. And the market is respecting this fair value gap, which is an indication that price might keep going up. You can see after it came to fill this fair value gap, there's a strong rejection from that area. You can see there's a strong rejection from that area. So this is a buy. Okay, this is a buy on gold. This is a buy on gold. If you're buying gold, your stop loss should be this low. Okay, your stop loss should be this low, and your target should be the high of yesterday market. That should be your first target. That should be your first target for gold. So gold has respected this fair value gap. So it's likely going to keep buying from that. That's what I see playing out on gold. That is what I see playing out on gold. Gold is likely going to buy today. Any question? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Is there any other pair? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. I now offer signal service. For those of you who want to trade signals, you can follow my signals. You can follow my signals. My signal, if you're operating with other brokers, is 20,000 naira. If you're operating with Oron Market, 10,000 naira. If you're my student, you pay just 5,000 naira monthly. If you're my student, you pay just 5,000 naira monthly to access my signals, and you only renew your signals if you make profit at the end of the month. You only renew your signal if you make profit at the end of the month. If you don't make profit at the end of the month, you don't pay for, you don't renew your signal. You don't renew your subscription. I hope that is clear. You only renew your subscription if you make money at the end of the month. And I will know if you make money at the end of the month because I'm also executing those trades I sent. So I have an account that gives me the report at the end of the month. And if you're willing to follow, if you want to follow signals, you must ensure that you are always online. We'll send the signals from 8 a.m. between 8 and 5 p.m. Nigerian time, 8 and 5 p.m. Nigerian time. So you must be online to ensure that you execute the trade immediately you receive it. The signals will be sent to your WhatsApp. To be sent to your WhatsApp, you will receive it as DM to drop into your DM and you execute. Okay. Now, my student, you pay 5,000 naira only monthly. If you're operating with other broker, you pay 20,000 naira. With Orom, you pay just 10,000 naira. So if you're interested, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. Any question? Any question? I just analyzed Mr. Emmanuel Leyena, sure, you just joined the class. I've analyzed Euro USD. Okay, let's look at Euro USD again. Let's look at it again. Euro USD. I've analyzed Euro USD. So let's just look at it again. Okay, Euro USD is still bearish at the moment. It's still bearish at the moment. Let me start with the daily time frame. I'm hoping that let's see. Okay, Euro USD. Euro USD yesterday closed as an angry man. It closed as an angry man. And so far today, Euro USD has been bearish. Euro USD has done over 40 pips today, bearish. Now, could it be that Euro USD, let's see if there's a fair value gap it's created after the formation of this bullish candle. Could it be that Euro USD wants to fill this fair value gap? Okay. Could it be that Euro USD wants to come and fill this fair value gap? So this is where you should be considering. Okay, this fair value gap, and we'll have breaker. Okay, we also have this breaker. So this could also hold price. Okay, we also have this point. So these are the areas you should be. We have this breaker. Okay, we have this breaker here. Okay, so this is where I will be considering buying this. So these are the two areas I'll be considering buying. That's if a bullish pattern forms after this fair value gaps gets filled. This is where I will be considering looking for my buys. And if I'm buying from these zones, my first target will be this previous high. This will be my first target, and my second target could be this fair value gap. You see this fair value gap that has not been filled, there's a high probability they will come fill this value gap. That's my expectation on Euro USD. You have to pay before service now. You have to pay before service. If you want to follow the signals, you pay. You pay. You only renew your subscription, your first payment. Then after the first payment, you only renew subscription if you don't make profit at the end of the month. If you don't end the month in profit, you don't renew subscription. I hope that is clear. You don't renew your subscription. You only renew it if you end the month in profit. Okay. I'm interested in you making money and not just collect money for signals and not. You cannot be paying for signals when you don't make money. You cannot be paying for signals if you don't make money. Makes no sense. So you only renew subscription when you make money. Any question? Is there any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Any question? Any question? My WhatsApp number is 080-378-36189. Let me type it here. 080-378-36189. That's my. I hope you can see this. I hope you can see this. This is my number. Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, it appears there are no questions. So that will be all for today's session. I appreciate you all for your participation. And I wish you all a profitable trading day. Please ensure you apply proper risk and money management. Ensure you apply proper risk and money management. Always apply stop loss. Always use stop loss on every trade you execute. If you can't define the risk on a trade, don't take the trade. If you execute a trade without knowing the risk on that trade, you are gambling. And gamblers don't make money in Forex. Gamblers don't make money in Forex. You have to define the risk and also define the reward on every trade you execute. Don't gamble with your hard-earned money, please. Don't gamble with your hard-earned money. Thank you. Have a great day.